Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Thursday, Thirsty Thursday. It is your wine and chocolate girls back again. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
And I'm Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet, and you are watching Just the Sip, where we come and see you throughout the week to give you just a taste before the big gulp on Sundays. And I'm sorry, I apologize. Like, the fucking camera keeps losing the light. I don't know what the fuck that's about, so I apologize.
It's not even Mercury
Anywho,
retrograde.
I don't, it ain't got shit to do with that shit. It's
No, I
any
know.
fucking day. This got the fuck, this shit.
Well, we have a few things to talk about. Quite a few things to talk about, actually. The first thing, it's not necessarily old news, but it is something that we haven't necessarily discussed. I think it is good to go ahead and talk about how BET has been absolved and there is no just black channel.
Nope.
That is very sad because I remember when BET became a thing and just that was where our movies were. That is where our music was. We could go there and know for sure. Wouldn't be no question on is this was this created by a nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like this, it was just true black things. And we'll get into later the verses tonight, but I feel like that was definitely some of the tone that was set before Tyrese and Tank got on stage was just like real black shit. My God, like these poor children will never know. They will never know like the real meaning of like waking up in the morning and like everybody's mama listening to the same songs. Okay.
Cleaning
Like
up your house one Sunday, no rap, just straight R&B,
soul.
soul, gospel. You might have got some jazz.
Yes.
Your parents was a little cultured, but
You
it
might have got a little Tank too. You know what I'm saying? If it was later on. You
but
know what
no,
I
that's
mean?
R&B. That's
Yeah.
under R&B. You just wasn't getting no rap that early in the
Right.
morning. You had to the rap. You had to wait a little bit later, but unless you had a mama like mine, just hearing the rap all day. But yeah, all of this is I saw a tweet earlier. It had nothing to do with this, but I just thought it was a good tweet. Like to be immersed in hip hop is 95% biological. Like you have to be born into this, you have to be born into blackness to truly understand your heroes, your greats, to understand the music, to understand the messaging and the feeling behind it. It's like I like Bad Bunny, right? And I thought Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance was amazing, but I could not connect to it emotionally because I'm not Puerto Rican or I'm not Afro Latino, right? I did not grow up watching telenovelas. I did not grow up listening to,
With the bodega.
yeah, go listening to Ricky Martin and all that type of shit. Like, I know of it. Like, we had a great summer where we was all Puerto Rican, Oye Mi Canto. We had a great time with that. But that's still not the same. You're still just a participant. You're still just, a visitor.
Yeah.
But in order to really get into it and understand, it's got to be something that's inside of you. And so with BET leaving, well, actually, BET, the last step, I should say, of BET being completely consolidated, because it was already heavily consolidated once Bob Johnson sold it off to Viacom. Once Viacom owned all three, MTV, VH1, and BET, it was done, because at that point we're just trying to see what sticks on TV, and a lot of that was reality television. That 16 and pregnant and fucking what's that guy that was the clips always showing the clips? Rob Dyrdek. Um,
Oh, oh, damn, I know what you're talking about though, because it was like it was him and Robin Big and
and then he ended up
ridiculousness.
yes, yes, and it ended up being ridiculous. I actually liked Robin Big, but then it just ended up being about America's Home Funniest Videos or some shit, like, what I'm saying. So
Basically,
Jackass. It just started becoming
yeah.
about other things, and then BET was trying to model it after them. And then Tyler Perry was supposed to save it, with this whole, merger thing and all these shows on there. But it's still, what Kendra say? It's not enough. Just ultimately was not enough. And I came across this information from another guy's YouTube video essay about the Boondocks and how the Boondocks basically predicted this. And while people were upset, they were just trying to hold up a mirror like, this is what's going to happen. Like, if we don't get a hold of our image, if we don't get a hold of our entertainment, this is what's going to happen. And sure enough, here we are.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point we are definitely there. And it's unfortunate. It's like, it's very nostalgic. That's what I loved about quarantine. I felt like we were like forced to be creative and just go back to that space where it was just like straight up just appreciation of the old black things. So let's see. Let's go to Meg. You want to go to Meg?
Sure, sure. Shout out to Meg. She just made her Broadway debut.
So can you tell me a little more about this? Because I saw that she was doing like Moulin Rouge, and I thought that this was going to lead into some, how we used to have it with Maya, and you know
Nah,
what I'm saying? I thought that's what we was doing. So we not doing that. We doing something
no,
else.
because that
Okay.
that already was a reinvention of Moulin Rouge when that happened. They aren't Moulin Rouge.
Right.
Moulin Rouge is actually a book turned
Okay.
into a movie. And
Okay.
the second adaptation, the one that we grew up with, is the second adaptation. There's a first adaptation that shout out to Paseo, my art school. We watched the first one, and
Mm.
it's very much a like musical fantasy, a little sexy. It's got a lot going on. I haven't watched it in years, so I'm not gonna sit up and act like I still remember what the fuck it's about totally. But I know that there's a man there named Toulouse-Lautrec who is in love with one of the Can showgirls, and I think that's like the main storyline. But Toulouse-Lautrec is the guy that was Diamond's main main supporter. You remember in Players Club how that
Okay.
went?
Yes.
That
Yes. Yes. Yes.
was kind of Toulouse, like to the
Mm.
girl, right? He had all these fantasies about I think them being together and like, oh, she really liked me type of shit, whatever.
Mm.
But that's loosely what I believe it was about. I know the character that she's playing is named Ziegler. I don't know exactly what this character's point is. I know that Bob the drag queen was this character before Meg the Stallion. And Meg did a nice little BTS watching him get ready. She's like, "This is what my life gonna be, y'all." Da 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 da. So if I had to guess, this character might be more like a narrator type ringleader person. That's what I get from it. It's not like a main character, but it's a big enough character, right? All that to say, she's doing great. Everybody loves her. I guess, during like a little intermission, or maybe she might have, because one thing about Megan, she's a smart cookie. Okay. That girl is smart. She knows how to leverage herself. She knows how to get to the bag. She knows how to, immerse herself into something, right? So I don't know if this is a part of the show or if they just let her do it, but she was doing not hot girl shit, but she was doing one of her bigger songs. I forget which one, but I mean the crowd word for word. Word for whites, them days, gays, films and stems. Everybody was in there motherfucking rapping the shit back. And if they wasn't rapping, they was twerking or dancing. Okay. So this is a great Broadway play for her to be a part of because it gets to put together, her sexiness, her wittiness, and
It's a
just really
good
have fun.
portion for her legacy, like for her to
Exactly.
transition
Because
into
ain't none of you
something
other
else.
bitches doing no Broadway. The only other girl I can see doing Broadway is Cardi. High key.
Same, same.
Or maybe Doja. Them the only two I can see going to Broadway or doing something Broadway like.
And I definitely don't want to give Tory Lanez no type of airtime on this show, but it is just very strange that she every time she has like this announcement, he got something to say, and he dropping something, and he doing something, and it's just like, boy,
That's
My
why you in
God.
jail now, bitch. That's why you in prison now, bitch.
My
Because you
God.
have main character syndrome, and your main character syndrome drove you to do some fuck shit to that lady, and now you in jail.
Well,
And now every time you see her prospering, you think of what could have been.
yep.
Man, I could have my freedom right now if I didn't do what I did. She's a constant reminder that your ass could have been outside.
I know that that night at Kylie Jenner's house, niggas wish that they could just go turn back the hands of time and not go into that trap of Kardashian land. Like somehow you niggas, this is just gonna be a part of forever in time because of that. But anyway, let's see what else. Okay, let's just really quick. Speaking of white women who are low key conservatives, this fucking Drewski skit is golden. This is top three. Like this nigga when he did the white face man, the racist white man, that shit was funny. I didn't like go crazy about it, but I was like, okay, this is funny. The makeup is very good. And it was just like a nice little primer to what was going to happen. And then the church thing, that was hilarious. And then to follow it up with Erica Kirk. Sir,
Drewski got money. Drewski got connections.
bruh,
Who are you getting to do this fucking makeup,
bruh,
bro?
I'm talking about why do he look just like this woman?
It's
He look just like this lady. Like when he stared into I'm gonna pull it up soon as I find it. Like I hope this is the whole.
I still have not seen it. I did my due diligence by like
No.
because I said I didn't want to get involved.
When I tell you that this shit is funny. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see. How do we first? Okay, let's do this. Where'd it go? Okay.
Get on your feet, boy!
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
How about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
Get on your feet!
Oh my God, no. Hold on.
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
This part right
I
here.
serve a righteous God,
What the?
and that is why we say our prayers. And we are all His children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy, blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible. Sweet cream foam chai ice matcha. And Bella will have all organic puck cup. Organic? Yes, everything organic.
He gets on my nerves.
We have
The
to protect all
Texans.
men in America, especially all white men in America.
Oh my God.
Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes, because they are the ones who mattered most.
Just art.
Drewski just opened his mouth. Somebody hand him a Grammy right
Yeah.
Well, Drewski, that was on time, my nigga. That was on time.
I
Because yeah, that bitch is a weirdo, bro. Y'all keep trying to make her out to be this whole sad, sanctified wife. This bitch is a weirdo, yo. Because they still ain't told us what happened to them fucking kids in Romania, bitch. What happened there? What happened there? Hmm? So
and apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not,
she's
but apparently, allegedly, it's alleged. Now I don't know if this is all the way true, but allegedly. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird. I think it, like I said, I gotta figure out how to do this on OBS because I think it's StreamYard. It's not able to handle all this. But yeah, so allegedly Erica Kirk responded and said, now if I put on blackface, that would be racist. Now I don't know if she really said that or not. But if she did, or if she did, the point is this. The oppressed making fun of privilege will always land better than privilege making fun of the oppressed. So you go and do your little blackface.
Go ahead. Good.
But at the end of the day, it's not going to land because you have privilege, ma'am. I understand that in the privilege, you feel like in the privileged world, there's no, that privilege bubble can't be popped by anything that makes you, an oppressed person or someone who's, facing an unfortunate circumstance, or you're getting made fun of and it doesn't feel good. Like, I understand that privilege makes it this illusion like that, you don't get to be touched. But I have news for you, and it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, be glad. Be glad that that is your walk, and it's not in the oppressive or in this. Because let me not even say that she's not oppressed. She is in her own way or whatever, like in terms of the hierarchy of America. But again, you still come from a place of privilege, and you still have to carry that responsibility when you are privileged. That's just, at the end of the day, it's just, that's everybody's bullet or everybody's thing that they have to go through in whatever way, shape, or form that they have privilege. Go on, do your little blackface, but I don't advise it.
Like, why are you threatening to do blackface when your husband was literally shot while saying anti-black things? Like, your money comes from racism. Like, so if you put on blackface, it's just a Tuesday for you. It wouldn't even really make a dent, because that's what we would expect you to do, because you're already a racist piece of trash. Like, it's just, and you saying that is also not the dig you think that it is, because, like, well, what else are you gonna do? Like, what else do you have? What else? What other recourse could you come with? Of course, that you're not even smart enough to understand that being your response is the whole
That's
problem.
hard.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Like, that being your response, duh. Okay, of course, because your racism is linked to ignorance and a massive lack of intelligence. So do what you will with that. But good on you, Drewski.
Yes, good on
Good
you.
on you.
You want to talk about La Russell's mama?
I don't want you framing it like that, because I ain't here to talk
sorry.
about nobody mama. Okay.
No, not like that. Sorry.
I
La
ain't
Russell,
talking about
what his mama
I-
did for him.
Right. I am not T.I.'s kids. I'm not here to talk about nobody mama.
Right.
Okay?
No. Right.
Oh. So
Or
I
50
heard
Cent for
it.
that matter.
Huh?
Or 50 Cent for that matter. Okay.
Okay, right, because he started it. Like,
He
your ass
did.
got what you got. Anywho, but so I hate that this is the most we've ever talked about this man, and every time we gotta talk about this man, it's surrounding fuckery, or like something he said or something he did or whatever the fuck. So just to back it up again for y'all, the Russell, having said, even you, that nigga, right? So shout out to DJ Head and Gina Views. They had an interview with LaRussell after this whole thing. And LaRussell said, I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. You're still stupid. You're still dumb. You still don't understand what I was saying. Even the people in my life was like, fuck them niggas. I'm still right. XYZ. Okay. So much so that you deactivated your socials, which tells me that that shit was getting to you and you got tired of fucking going back and forth with the comments because you were rightfully being eaten up for being a dumb nigga. And then you want to come out here and double down. I only say dumb because he's not a person who lacks intelligence, obviously. He just
He communicated it in a dumb way.
Yes, you just basically stood 10 toes on you being ignorant about something and you refused, which is a sign, which is actually also a sign of a lack of intelligence. But I digress on that because then I'll be heaven sent about that. So I guess his mom, because you know, your mama, especially these days and times, even with Beyonce and Blue Ivy, like, you know, your mama says enough. All right. Y'all ain't gonna keep talking about my baby. Y'all ain't gonna keep dog piling on my baby. So his mom threw him a rally. About 30 folks showed up for said rally and with LaRussell t-shirts to walk in the streets to basically co-sign this heaven sent shit and not silencing LaRussell and, you know, being believers in God and understanding and all this other type of stuff. So before I head off to you, I'm gonna just say this one last piece, right? The religious aspect. You misusing a phrase and also trying to anecdotally tie that to the Lord and these other super Christians coming outside trying to co-sign this shit is why people don't take Christianity seriously. This is one of the main reasons why they don't take us fucking seriously. Because niggas like you will come out here and misuse the Bible. Niggas like you will come out here and misuse God's words and misuse God's message to support your poorly thought out shit, right? So, in the sense, yes, all can be forgiven no matter the sin. We know that that's one of the main pillars of Christianity. However, these people were not heaven sent. Again, if like his like the oops shit. Oh, sorry. So much like when the thing that I sent you, and you said that last sentence is all he needed to say, because the last sentence was basically like, you know, we all come from God, but when you get here, you know, it's what you do with it. Da, 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 da. That was the whole fucking point, Russell. That was the point. The point is the way that you're trying to say that is not correct. That's not the right phrase to use for that. And that's not how you have a conversation about that. Fucking Kendrick Lamar literally just made Reincarnated, where he went through different lives as Lucifer only to show God, hey, I turned away from my ways. Can I come back home? Like, you have to understand, my nigga, like, God does make all of us. Yes, it's true. We come down here, we gotta do what we gotta do for our souls. But a person who is heaven sent is sent by God for a special heavenly assignment to be a blessing to somebody or somebody's life. Hitler is not a blessing to anybody's life. Trump is not a blessing to anybody's life. Epstein for sure is not a blessing to anybody's life. So these people are not heaven sent, my nigga. You would have been better served by saying we serve a mighty God and may God have mercy on their souls. Okay? The Lord made them only to spit in his face. Like, that would have been the fucking message, nigga. But I digress. His mama felt like he was ganging up on her baby, and she made this nigga. And this also makes you look weak as fuck too. Your mama gotta come out here and make a motherfucking parade for you, nigga, because you're sad, because you had to deactivate your fucking Twitter, nigga. Is that what we're doing?
Well, You know, for me, it's just more of a along the lines of just, I feel like what you said last week, last week would have, if he would have listened, if he would have heard what you said, I feel like it would have helped him understand, especially where you're coming from. And I feel like you have a better understanding about the Christian faith and things like that than a lot of people. And I think, especially the mindset and the things that are said that represent certain things. And I feel with him, he doesn't give a fuck about that. And that's the sad part and the unfortunate part, because I get whatever. There's a level of I don't give a fuck when that you have to have when you're creating and when you're an artist and when you're at the end of the day, you're not going to please everybody. So I do understand that. However, I do think that if you're trying to just rage bait people, you got what you asked for. And that's the part at the end of the day, like you said, with Kendrick Lamar, he had his way of being able to frame it so that other people could relate and understand what he's talking about in terms of that Christian faith specifically. And so again, what you said last week in terms of him missing the mark or whatever, that's the part for me that I'm like, your mama wouldn't have to do the rally thing if you would listen to just the criticism, like you said. At the end of the day, whatever it's the message or whatever the case may be, it's still, again, if you're wanting to rage bait people, be prepared for what the fuck is finna happen. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, don't go deleting your or deactivating your socials like you're a fucking rapper, nigga.
And
What
when
what are
you're
you talking about?
saying, heaven sent, and you're tying it to Christian, the faith, and all these things, you have to understand that's going again to that is people's. You have to have respect for people's faith in their religion, regardless of however you feel. Even if, like, for example, I'm just using this for example, no shade to Catholics, right? But there's all this stuff tied to Catholicism and everything like that. You still don't go around and being like, fuck the Pope. Like, you just don't, because you don't want that smoke unless
Yeah,
you want to truly have context in a way that people can understand. So anyway,
yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to your mama.
Um Yeah, I can listen when it comes to your baby. I understand, mom. Like, you feel like your baby can do no wrong. You want people to try to understand and see him in a way that you see him, and so I can't fault you for that. At the end of the day, though, I think the bigger lesson is just helping him to understand how to communicate better if he wants to. Again, with art, you don't got to give a fuck. You really don't. You could just say, nigga, I said what I said, like you said. But if you actually want to have impact, in my opinion, outside of just everybody being like, oh my god, look what he said, it's like, what did you actually motherfucking try to say? So um let's talk about the Jay-Z interviews and the J. Cole interviews. Let's start with Jay first.
Okay, you start.
Well, I still haven't watched it. I only watched
Oh,
clips. I just want to quickly, again, I feel like I said last week, or excuse me, on Tuesday, how I'm just really excited that he's outside. I saw that he like added another date because like a million people flooded the fucking ticket
yeah.
section, and
Like nigga,
that shit
you do
is
that.
so right.
Nigga, you
Okay.
do that.
Yeah, that's for sure. But it still feels good to see because it's just like, I still got it. Like I could just see that on him. But let me think. Was there anything specifically lately that I saw? I think maybe the only thing that really stood out to me was his point on like he hasn't been like that angry in a long time. I was laughing. I'm like, even though it's not funny, but it's just like when you're a billionaire, like these times of just like irritation are few and far between. It's like, what I'm saying? Somebody really trying you and it's like your character. And then you got the money to fight it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, it's a blessing. So, and I love when he always talks about
Uh-oh.
life happening. Uh-oh.
You
Can you see?
keep freezing.
Okay.
Or
I
pausing.
always love when he talks about life happening for you and not to you. Like you, everything is divine. You know what I'm saying? And so I love that he's able to always bring that up for us fans out here that don't want to necessarily emulate his life, but are inspired by a lot of the things that he's done and has and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
it.
Um, I now to see the Jay-Z interview in a totality, and just because here's the thing, it was over like a 2-hour conversation.
Sheesh.
So we only got a 35-minute video, and then some of the printed parts have things that weren't in the video, right? So
Okay.
if anything, I would suggest on top of watching the video that you actually go read the article because there's other stuff going on in there that they didn't get to touch on. My main takeaway is no disrespect, Jay-Z. No disrespect, man.
Oh, they're gonna come get us.
But this is a lot like Pharrell with that DEI shit.
Whoa.
I get very irritated with what I call rich dummy talk.
Okay.
I get very frustrated when there are people who come from the system, who grew up a particular type of way.
Uh-huh.
And then understand you get older, you get wiser, clarity and
Yeah.
all that is important.
Yeah.
However, much like the criticism with LaRussell, you're saying things. How can I say this? You're saying things, and then when people say side eye the things, it's more of a doubling down or just this air of, you guys don't get it, right? Or in this
Okay.
case, you don't get it yet, right?
Okay.
So it completely negates the faith or the benefit of the doubt that I give these people, because it's like you aren't understanding because you haven't been here in a long time. And now you're on this side of it and you're moneyed up and you got your things going on. And I think they think that we're dumb enough to not realize that a lot of the things that they're doing is in their best business interest. And it has nothing to do with the culture. It has nothing to do with the betterment of the genre or anything like that, right? I'm saying all that because one of the main takeaways that did not sit right with me with this thing was the whole battling thing, right? And how he felt about the battle. We kind of talked about this last week, but now more has come out. So it's really made me be like, get the fuck out of here about that.
Okay.
Why I'm calling it rich dummy talk is because ultimately the sentiment is that I don't think battling should be a part of the culture anymore. That is rich dummy talk because there's no way. And I know that you're Jay-Z and you've been Jay-Z for a long time and people have given you the power, because let's be clear, people have given you the power of hanging on your every word and acting like everything you say is the law. It just is what it is. You call yourself ho for that very fucking reason. And niggas have acted accordingly since then. So, and what also pains me is that during the end, just to give Jay-Z some bail, you could see him working through his thoughts in the interview talking about this. And he even admitted that he hates saying this and all type of stuff. Then don't. It's really that fucking simple. If you already know that you have not yet fully worked through this train of thought, you are a smart enough man to dodge them questions and to say something without really saying something. But the fact that you played a part in this battle being to the level that it is, only to turn around and say, I didn't really like that. People bringing people's family into it and this is that and the other. And now people are, ruining this man's or like talking down this man's character and this, that, and the other. That completely blows up the whole fucking conversation that you had with Eric Michael Dyson. You had a conversation with Eric Michael Dyson as if you understood what the fuck the battle was about and how we got to this point. Because you told Eric Michael Dyson that he was wrong about Kendrick de-blacking Drake. You are also using that same type of excuse, but in another lane. You are also trying to say that all this went bad for Drake because of him being a bad person, or people don't like him no more, or people are using this battle as an excuse to hate Drake further. Newsflash, buddy. Whether Like That was on that album or not, he was still gonna get fucking ganged on. Like That literally just put, we don't trust you, and we still don't trust you. That's what gave it the gasoline. But Lord, there was a whole album with features from other people in the industry about how this nigga did them and how grimy he moves. Kendrick just happened to be the biggest voice of everybody that was on them fucking albums. And he had to take care of two niggas and not one with one album. With one song, excuse me. So to sit up here and now say that because this battle got so nasty and now the stands and the bots are getting into it now, and now it just takes everything to such a negative place that I don't think battling should be a part of the culture anymore. What the fuck are we talking about? You are literally conflating shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. The culture is, the reason why we're here is because the culture woke the fuck up. The reason why we're here is because the culture said, you know what? We have been letting a lot of bullshit slide. You know what? We have been letting this punk ass nigga do whatever. And you know what? Future saying it, Metro Boomin saying it, ASAP Rocky saying it, fucking not I Love McConnell. What's that the nigga? What's the name? Abel, The Weeknd is saying it. Fucking like all these niggas who have had close proximity to Drake are saying the same fucking thing. Drake was also motherfucking warned to keep the shit cute. We are constantly omitting the fact that there was a person in the battle who did things and said things to make the battle go in the fucking direction that it went. We had Joey Badass and all these other motherfuckers, all these remnant battles happen. Wasn't nobody's house getting shot up. Wasn't nobody fighting with their label. Wasn't nobody taking shit to court. And that's also the thing too. Drake is also a proponent in dragging this shit out. This nigga sued. He made us have to keep talking about this shit because he sued. Don't sit up here and try to throw hip-hop culture under the fucking bus because a nigga acted like a hoe in a battle and he got what he fucking deserved. That's my main problem with Jay-Z and people continuing with this old poor Drake ass narrative. Drake got what the fuck he deserved because that's how Drake chose to handle the situation. What the fuck are we missing about that? Don't fucking come out here and use your platform. And that's my other thing too. You know you're Jay-Z. You even said in an interview, I'm fucking Jay-Z. You know who the fuck you are, so you know what you say holds weight. You know what you say has a different type of fucking merit in the culture. So for you to be somebody who speaks so well and is so fucking smart, to sit up here and try to play in our fucking face and try to say, oh, well, because of the battle, the way that things transpired, I don't think it should be a part of it anymore. Go, like I said, go listen to the interview because not only hip hop, he like breaks down all the main 4 pillars of hip hop and basically devalues each and every one of them before he gets to saying, I don't think battling should be a part of the culture anymore. That's not that for a smart man like Jay-Z who used battling to be fucking come Jay-Z, it's insane. Because you're not gonna sit up here and act like that this is the reason why we are where the fuck we are. That's not correct. My other issue, and I'm gonna move on.
Oh, go ahead.
My other issue with that, excuse me, with the whole hip hop thing. Oh no, actually, I think I hit them both. That's my main issue. My main issue is you intentionally coming out here and misunderstanding the battle, profiting off of the battle, admitting that you chose Kendrick Lamar to be a part of the Super Bowl because he had a monster year. Why did he have a monster year? Because of the fucking battle. You had to sit up. You said you sat up there and had to fight with these white people to put him on the show because of the whole PDF shit. You made a deal with this nigga not to say PDF on the motherfucking stage. So where is this? Oh, I don't like attacking his character. Nigga, you gave him the biggest fucking stage to do it. Don't sit up here with that shit. And that makes me mad because people are so enamored as fucking fans that they won't tell this nigga you full of shit. There's a few people, but the narrative is like, yeah, I think Jay-Z right. Get the fuck out of here.
For me, I think it's more of similar to what you said earlier that once you get to a place where you are kind of removed, your perspective is changed and you sort of act like you, I don't want to say never been there before, but just like it's harder to relate. And I feel like that's really one of the biggest issues just in our culture and age and men and women. It's just like this respect that's missing where, you know, you said that you feel like he devalued the four pillars. And on top of that, basically just shitting on the very thing that allowed him to help him become who he has become. I do think that I understand that in that once you transform, you do feel like you have a responsibility to try to help the next generation not go through what you had to go through. And I see that also you feeling that way if what you had to go through, it seems like 10 times worse is being done nowadays because it's not just, oh, it's a little rap battle on some CDs. It's like, it's on the internet. It's, you know, there's gifts. There's, you know, now people being sued. Like, it's just like, it's way bigger because of hip hop. Like hip hop just makes shit bigger. Black people just make shit bigger. So I understand that there's like this tug of war that you might have, but I think that again, the respect we have to figure out a middle ground with that. So people don't feel like hip hop is just the whole integrity of it is being just taken away and changed. I'll just say this, and then I just want to end it with that. I do feel like hip hop is bigger than battles, so I'm not necessarily just completely taken aback by what he said in terms of it not being a part of hip hop anymore. In the sense that niggas take shit too fucking far. Do niggas deserve it sometimes, or whatever the case may be? Not discrediting that. It's just that where we at right now, in that hip hop makes it bigger. It almost like at the end of the day, Jay-Z was still able to continue on. Nas was still able to continue on in the battle, and nobody's real like careers and shit like that were ended. So I understand there being empathy or whatever around that. But at the end of the day, hip hop for me, like I said, is just bigger than battling. It's got a multitude of different characteristics that I feel like we could focus on. But again, battling does still need respect, and it does, you know, it because shouldn't just be rap. Yeah,
niggas are going to say things against each other. That's my point. That shit's never going to change. Right. So as long as there is rap, niggas will be in competition. Things will get said. Now, whether they take it to heart or not, and take it to hell, right? To me, I feel that's my issue. He's conflating two different conversations, and it's very contradictory, and it does not help. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to talk about the stan culture, if you want to talk about, you know, the internet, that's probably we can have that conversation, but you're not going to use this specific battle to frame this conversation, because the way that this battle went down is not indicative of this conversation of is battling, should it still be a part of the culture? No, again, this battle went this way because somebody took it to hell, and then somebody took it to the earth's core. Like, That's ultimately what happened. This person was warned, this person was told, this person said fuck that, this person went and did AI voices, this person said use me liking kids against me, this person said you beat on your wife, this person said that baby's not yours. So where is this fake ass sympathy that is being drummed up to support the narrative of, oh, things just went too far? And then we can get into J. Cole because he another whole ass nigga out here doing this same shit. But it's understandable because he's trying to save his skin.
Well, yeah, just again, I feel like where the whole sympathy, if anything, comes from is again after Jay-Z and Nas's battle, even after talking about baby seats and cum and all this other stuff, nobody's careers ended. Nobody's really, if anything, people benefited from it. And I think that, not saying that the internet necessarily is the cause of like, but I think that, like you said, niggas take it to hell and then the internet takes it to the ether of hell. Like it just I think that's what it's like. Back then hip hop was a little bit more contained, I feel, and that's probably where the feeling of responsibility of like, okay, everybody relax. Now, again, I understand your point, your perspective that he asked for it, and just because you didn't foresee the consequences of it all, that, you know, that still doesn't take away the fact that you needed that ass whooping. But again, I see both sides. It's just, do I feel like Drake should have got his ass whooped in that? Yes. Do I feel like it's gone? And do I feel like Drake would have taken it further if he could? Yes.
Because if Drake would have won, we would not be having these fucking conversations. When Drake beat the shit out of Meek Mill, it was all fun and games. People was dancing on this nigga's grave because Meek Mill does not.
It didn't go as deep, but I feel you. It did feel like that. It did feel like it went as deep as Not Like Us. But you're right.
Go as deep.
It didn't. Right. At the time, I feel though it felt like it. At the time.
He kept dragging in, he had the shit on the screen and all sorts of shit. And everybody was like, you know, fine with that. On any battle, even the fucking Pusha T. This nigga revealed he had a child. Did Drake's fucking career end? No. And that's my point, bro.
Yeah.
We don't know how these battles are going to end up because we don't know. We are all finding out in real time what the problem is, the lore behind the problem that these niggas have. We are naturally going to take sides because that's just fucking rap. Okay? And then we wait for the fallout. But when you lose in such a when you engage in such a fashion, and then you lose in such a fashion, and then you sue, that's when the internet is going to take it to hell now. Because if you just would have just kept this, if you would have just kept it PG, if you would have just did the fucking battle the way all normally niggas do the battle, you would have been roasted for a few months. You would have been radio silent. You would have dropped Iceman. Granted, if it would have had at least 2-3 good solid singles on there, niggas would have moved on. But you did not.
Yeah,
you
that's the problem.
To go lie about bots and numbers and scams and UMG trying to pull the rug from up under you and devalue you. Nigga, you was making this shit and the shit that had nothing to do with nothing. This is why the internet took it to hell. This is why we keep taking it to hell, because you won't let the shit go. So again, fuck what Jay-Z's talking about, because you have to look at the fucking material. Look at what this nigga's doing. He is the cause why he keeps getting talked about. He is the cause why people are saying the things. He is the cause why nobody is taking to any of these singles that he's fucking dropping. He is the reason. It's not the fucking internet.
It's not hip hop. Yeah.
It's not. Hip hop is actually doing their job by keeping her foot on this nigga's neck for the goofy shit that he's doing.
Right.
That's what hip hop should be doing.
Let's do the J. Cole.
I'm gonna let you start again.
Well, let's see. I really like how basically this was all a big joke. No, it wasn't a big joke, but in my opinion, it's like at the end of the day, Cam, if you can call J. Cole, if you can call him and he is picking up the phone, this is a motherfucking stunt. This is a ploy. Whatever. You wanted to get his attention. I understand that. I don't feel like you had any real intention of going to court and suing all these things. As far as the battle, I haven't watched that part of the interview. So again, I'm just going to double down on my J. Cole love and just say again that for me, hip hop is more than the battling whole thing. It's, of course, it's part of it, but it's just bigger than that to me. So I don't really care about the apology. I don't care about what people have to say and who told him to do it or who didn't tell him to. I really just don't care about that. Only thing that I care about is more so that he was man enough to admit that he was being disingenuous and he wasn't really going with what he, at the end of the day, nigga, no, I get it. Niggas want to be involved and niggas want to be part of the conversation and shit like that. But sometimes you are just bigger than that. Sometimes it's just, it really ain't got nothing to do with you, especially. Did you step out there and do all that? Whatever the case, yes. But again, with hip hop being such an impactful genre, I feel that in order to evolve and grow, we also need to show the other parts of hip hop of how we can come together and how we can reconcile and how we can, move forward even when guns are drawn and blows are made and all this other shit. It's just, we are truly bigger. Like we make everything dope. If it's battling, if it's apologizing, if it's talking about abortions and how to love a woman or talking about robbing a nigga, it's like, it's really the talent of Black people being able to tell a story. That to me is hip hop. So congrats on his interview with him and Cam. I'm glad him and Cam finally got it. Again, Cam, you could have just called my guy. I don't know what the fuck all this was about. I get it. Whatever. But he was picking up the phone and talking. He was like, yo, I'd rather you just cuss me out and be like, nigga, what the fuck then?
No.
We spend money on lawyers. Like, this is a bit much. But again, Cam said, I just did it to get your attention, and that was it. And I'm glad. And ultimately, it was a great rollout. I don't have no problems with it regardless. I think it was a great rollout because did we have to do all that? No. But did it make it more fun? Yes. That's it.
That was not fun, but okay. Yeah. So I am gonna do something. I know a lot of people are like, what? J. Cole was right. J. Cole was right. J. Cole was right to not engage. J. Cole was right to step aside because you haven't seen the interview. I have. Again, word salad supreme to get to the fucking point. I think that's my main issue with J. Cole's like,
he does.
Just wrap it the fuck up. But to me, that's a person who is scrambling to tell you something that you want to hear. That does not give me the vibes of a person that is actually telling you something truthful. If it takes you that fucking long to get to the point to tell me a story about some shit that you was involved in, personally, I'm side-eyeing you because it don't take that long to prove yourself innocent. True. You could have just got to the point of you being a bitch-ass nigga. And this is why I think he was right. Because I completely understand his reasoning. I understand his thought process. I understand how he jumped to these conclusions. I get all that. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying he's right because he's a whole-ass nigga at the front. Mm-hmm. So it's only right that he ended as a whole-ass nigga in the back. And that's my whole thing. And thankfully, the internet is seeing this. Thankfully, people are picking up on this because here's the other thing too. When you do all these interviews, like they say, you give a man enough rope, he can fit and hang himself. You do enough interviews, people are seeing through your bullshit. Yeah. People are seeing through these excuses. Mm-hmm. People are seeing through all this shit. And it's unfortunate. Like now this, I feel bad for Cole because for you to be such a storyteller and a great rapper and all these people love you, only for most people who are rational to find out in real time, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, nigga, I hear what you're saying, but that's still but because the main thing what I'm getting from the folks is like, but you still made Port Antonio though. You can't come out here on your little sympathy tour, on your I'm sorry tour, and we don't address Port Antonio. Because in Port Antonio, and even in this interview that he was having with Cam, he, in his reasoning, you know, how he feels now being in between the two of them. And at that time when they were going back and forth, excuse me, this nigga compared himself to Dale Curry watching Steph and Seth Curry duke it out. Now, that flew over my head the first time I watched it because I'm not a basketball girly. So that's why I didn't get it.
Okay, yeah.
I know who Steph Curry is.
Right. But you know the daddy and...
But once I watched another commentator and they said that, I was like, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You a nigga. What the fuck? So you're basically saying these niggas are your sons? You feel what I'm saying? On top of the fact, like I said,
because daddy don't get involved. Because daddy don't get involved.
He's not nobody's fucking daddy.
He's showing these niggas he's got talent like that. He's
not showing nobody shit, bitch. You ran. Them two niggas did what the fuck that needed to be done. You ran. You don't get to be fucking Dale Curry. Kendrick is Dale fucking Curry. You are Seth. You're not even fucking Steph, nigga. Like, you don't get to sit up here and position this conversation as, and that's why I said you got to bring up Port Antonio, because he said he basically did the same shit in Port Antonio. Basically, if I would have stayed in the battle, I would have won. But I mean, I would have lost to bro, though. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Like, seriously.
Lost to Kendrick?
That was honestly, Port Antonio was his apology to Drake. Because he only mentioned Drake in the song. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, nigga, and this and that and the other. You are talking about, you're only talking to one guy. There were two motherfuckers in this battle. Why is Drake the only person getting a full-on apology name drop? But then you want to go around all these motherfucking interviews. I mean, I love Kendrick. I don't know that I love a girl. If I was playing a drinking game, however many times that nigga said that he loved Kendrick, bitch, I'd be drunk. For those who watch our show, go back and watch that short when Monty was there with us, when it was all three of us there. And I said what the fuck I said then. And again, I'm tired of being fucking right. The way that this nigga broke it down in the Cam interview about, and I love Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Because, everything that came with, the pop out, the Super Bowl, the tour, this, da. I mean, I love my nigga. I'm happy for my nigga, but I'm sad that this happened to Drake. Like, the fence right.
That's his friend.
I don't want no friend like that. I don't want no fucking friend like that. And that I thought something else.
It doesn't have nothing to do with it. So go ahead.
No, I don't want no fucking friend like that. You a flip-floppy ass bitch. And that brings me, that's my other point I want to make up too. I feel that's another reason why Cole stepped his ass out the window as well too. Because granted, I'm on the heel of, if J. Cole would have engaged with Drake, it would not have gone to hell like it did with Drake.
No,
I mean, if J. Cole with Kendrick, excuse me, it would not have gone to hell like
it wouldn't. Drake. Either way.
But
yeah,
Kendrick still would have had enough information or would able to shed enough light on J. Cole's character and being a messy third wheel friend that it would have done way more harm. He wouldn't have been able to come around on this motherfucking apology tour, because now we like, well, did you niggas talk about this? You know what I'm saying? That's another reason I'm like, you was right, J. Cole. You was right to step the fuck out, because you already knew what was up. The fact that you are at that time, a 38, 39-year-old grown fucking man, 40, I think, at this point, and you are still using the excuse of people talked you into shit, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with it, whether it's true or false. Because if it's true, that's fucking weak as fuck. You are a multi-platinum, 15-year tenured, top-tier rapper. You're also a grown fucking man who is married with children. If you mean to tell me that you are still feeble enough to have people gas you up, because this is what he said, I didn't even know about the first. I mean, I didn't even know about like that because he claims to be off the grid. I know about that. People had to come tell me about it. But when people were coming to tell me about it, they were already like, bro, what you gonna say? Like, I feel that he's shooting at you, shooting at you. So he was like, what? So he said when he went to go listen to like that, his first thought, which he's a double-minded ass nigga, his first thought was, oh, this shit hard. Like, no, this shit hard, whatever. And then his second part was just kind of like, well, at first he said he didn't really hear the diss. To be truthful, like that was more geared towards Drake, but there were a few little strays to
To
J.
go.
Cole too, right? But at that moment, J. Cole had to make a fucking decision, and he either had to say, I hear what y'all saying, but that's my nigga. He ain't really talking like that. I mean, fucking my boy up though, but And his other decision was, well, I gotta say something because
And the fall off is coming out and all this other shit.
and I
Yeah.
gotta say something. That's my same problem with Jay-Z and his shit. You don't have to say anything. That's number one. But if you do say something, you need to think that shit out. You need to be able to step back and be like, I'm proud of this work. The fact that you let people convince you that nigga was dissing you, you use this as an opportunity to roll out that fucking album, on top of feeling the pressure from the hip hop community to respond. Your response couldn't have been that. You didn't have to make a diss record, nigga. You could have made a song just addressing the situation, but no, you wanted to attack that man's catalog. You wanted to talk about his fans. You wanted to talk about him being fake deep. This is why I said this is shit you must have been thinking. Or if you wasn't thinking it, you took the cue from the fucking internet and the people around you to do some goofy shit. Now, if it's false, that makes you even more of a jackass because now you just lying to say that, oh, well, you know, people was telling me this and that, and I felt like I had to make a decision. That's why either way, whether you're telling the truth or lying about that, you still a fuck ass nigga either way because you didn't have to handle it like that. Especially if you're coming on here telling us you didn't think he was really dissing you like that. You could have said, made a song about that, nigga. You're a smart enough rapper to do so. But you put yourself in that situation. And then you had to go fucking apologize. You know what I'm saying? You, like Drake, you wouldn't be in this situation had you handled the shit differently. And yes, I'm glad you're coming out here telling on yourself because we already, it's like, this is not new information. We already knew this. I guess you deserve a pat on the back because you finally coming out here talking about how you bitched up. But I'm not going to use that to forgive you with. I'm just right. And now I and other people can make the decision, are we going to fuck with you going forward? I still feel like as long as J. Cole makes like conceptual albums or he makes songs about like what's going on or whatever, I'm here for that. But the minute this nigga tries to be on tracks talking about his reputation, talking about his style, talking about how he'll murder niggas and all this drug talk and stick talk, all that bullshit, you can miss me with that. That shit'll never ring.
I guess I
True
missed the
ever
drug
again.
and stick talk from
Well,
Cole.
see, as a battle rapper, he does use a lot of those motifs as like metaphors.
Okay,
Or
well,
whatever.
that's fair.
But I don't even want to hear you use that shit as a metaphor for you killing niggas. I don't want to hear that shit as a metaphor for you selling dope. I don't want to hear that shit as a metaphor because
I do.
whatever. You can use all that shit artistically, but when it comes to you, when you come to try to use those metaphors as you cooking niggas and being better than niggas, you keep that shit because you had your chance. You only get one time to make a first fucking impression. You had your chance, and that's
Fair
how
enough.
you want to go out. So that
Fair
was
enough.
mainly my gripe with this nigga. So yeah, he was right. He shouldn't have fucking. He should have dipped out, but he also shouldn't have fucking engaged because, like I said, this nigga was the first person to put out a record under pressure. Drake was also under pressure, but you see, he took a minute. He took a minute and then didn't even fully release it. He leaked this shit to see how well it was gonna do.
I wonder how people would have looked at Drake if he would have just apologized instead of did the suing thing.
I think that would have worked out better for him, quite frankly, because that kind of goes in line with the whole euphoria. I'm not euphoria, but yeah, euphoria. Like, oh no, meet the Grahams. It's like, dude, get some ayahuasca. Like, go to get some therapy. Like, because that was ultimately Kendrick's plea to this nigga at towards the end of the battle. He's like, this is a lifelong battle with yourself. None of this shit is going to come to pass until you get it together. So yeah, if he would have just apologized like Jay-Z did, Jay-Z's mama
Like Cole did.
apologize. But yeah, that would go along a longer fucking way. I would say his apology would hold weight way more than J. Cole's fucking apology.
Why?
Because he actually engaged and he has something to be sorry about. Like he actually engaged in the battle. J. Cole, I don't want to hear this nigga talk about he's sorry because there was too many instances before we got to this point for you to have not fucking done that. So that's why I don't really fuck with J. Cole's apology, because it's like I said, you offered us no new information. We already knew this. You're not apologizing for something that is actually like, okay, I guess to me, his apology will hold more weight if he was actually falling on the sword, if he was more self-deprecating during this apology, because you have to be self-deprecating to some point during this apology, because I'm only speaking for him in this situation because of the shit you did. The shit that you did that was unnecessary. The shit that
I feel like he
he
didn't do that much. Like he didn't do like what Drake did. So it's
I'm
like
not comparing what they did. I'm saying they both did some whole shit. They're on different levels.
but Drake was way worse.
I understand that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is because of what Drake doing was way worse. That's why I think his apology would have more weight. Because nigga, you went out here and you was talking about babies not yours and this is with all this shit only, and then in the responses that Kendrick was giving you, he was telling you about yourself. So yeah, I'd be like, you know what? Because honestly, he could have did it on the Heart Part 6. He could have fucking did it there, but he didn't. He doubled down. He was like, well, you know what? Basically, like, I don't want to play no more. That was the vibe of the Heart Part 6 when Drake did that shit.
Right.
Instead,
It wasn't an apology, but yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He could have took the Heart Part 6 and did that.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Right.
But he didn't.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I feel Drake's apology, and also he wouldn't have sued, so we wouldn't have to talk about that. That's my other thing too. Like if he would have sued instead of doing the apology, then yeah, people would have taken it, because look how they're still upholding him as the loser. So I know for sure people would have been like, "Oh, Drake, that's okay. It's okay. We want Champagne Poppy back." They would have ate that nigga's apology up because they won't let this nigga take his loss. So I know they would have ate his apology up. But I'm saying his apology will hold more weight for me than J. Cole's apology, because J. Cole, you didn't even have to get the fuck in it. You didn't have to get the fuck in it.
But he
now
did.
You're apologizing because you realize you
He shouldn't have. Yes.
You shouldn't have. So I don't give a fuck about your apology, bitch. Nobody was even talking to you. Well, nobody was talking to you like that.
See, and that's why it's just like, I get it why there was a thing, but that's why I appreciate him as a storyteller, which I feel like is real hip hop. At the end of the day, nigga, you didn't have no business. You ain't had no business. Yes, it was said, there was like a little shot, but you did take it a little further than you should have. Did you take it as far as Drake? No. But I feel like you showing Drake, hey, you know, not saying that he prepared to show Drake, but I'm just saying in terms of if in the whole totality of the battle, what that nigga should have done is what J. Cole did. Not in the same way, but at the end of the day, it would have been better than you going to sue. Do you want to talk about Tyler Perry? We already kind of talked about BET Plus, but I just wanted to say something really quick about, I saw something too about Elon Musk offering to pay the TSA agents. This whole the government has, or whatever, as a TSA agent, or I feel like they even got this fucking bullshit rule like Kmart for like Kmart workers. Not that Kmart is still a thing, but just saying, like, you can't receive gifts from customers. Like, that is some bullshit. I'm sorry, and especially as a TSA agent, when you're not getting paid right now, but you got an ICE officer right behind you that's getting paid.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. So the government is saying that if third party people want to pay TSA, that it's a gift.
And that they are not allowed to take it. Yeah. Yeah.
I know ain't nowhere we can run to, but I'm so sick of this fucking country, bro. I am so sick of this
I'm going to
fucking
Spain.
country.
Cause I ain't. No, I'm just playing. But no, for real, I feel you. It's just, it's exhausting. It's exhausting turning on the news, and niggas got trips coming up. Luckily, you and I already went on our trip, bitch. Okay. Like, luckily, we are not on that side of. Unfortunately, y'all niggas that still got shit coming up in 2026. It's looking real shaky. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that, like, we couldn't even just go up to niggas and be like, thank you, bub. And be like, yo, here go like $20. Can you know what I'm saying? Make sure that ain't no motherfucking terrorists on this bitch.
We weren't in Houston, bro.
Oh, yeah, no, we were not in Houston for that. You know, I just want to say, just to bring that up really fast, we can jump back. Y'all kids that just, y'all don't know how to have fun. Like, I know you're trying to do the Atlanta Freaknik thing. That's basically what y'all trying to do. That time is gone and past.
Over.
That shit is a wrap. Y'all not doing it right. Y'all don't look. Y'all not dancing. Y'all not network. Y'all not doing nothing but going down there. And really, the women are going down there fighting. And that's irritating because it just brings me back to 2009, 2008 when we used to throw parties and everybody having a good time. And the women would start it. This was before men would come out and just start shooting. Okay, but that is the first thing that starts happening, and then niggas be like, "Oh yeah, my turn." So anyway, and other to say, behave out there in Houston, folks. Okay, I don't understand.
Especially motherfuckers who are not from Houston, because like I said, that young lady's video that hit me in a certain spot. Because it's like, yeah, like you think about Miami, you think about New Orleans, you think about like LA, you think about any of these major spots that people go to, and it's just like you have to be respectful of the space you're entering. If you're not fucking from there, and the what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, nigga. Like, if you know that Houston, at least during the fucking day, don't do all that wild debauchery shit, they're respected. You motherfuckers is too chronically online. You think you can go everywhere butt ass naked all the fucking time. You keep following these Instagram hoes with these aesthetics. Cause like it's to the point now I've been seeing for the past few years women who are going to like nice restaurants or like certain type of events, and they are underdressed or not dressed at all. Ice Spice for the fucking SpongeBob movie. That bitch was in a see-through lace dress in front of children.
I didn't understand.
Fucking Kanye West with his naked ass wife.
True.
I see these girls with their full ass out. Only a piece of cloth covered their vagina sitting on just raw surfaces. Not only that, bitch, you're at a restaurant, you're putting your coochie juice in the fucking booth. That's rude and unsanitary for other people at the establishment. I want these establishments to start turning you bitches away at the door. I would love that. There used to be a sign that says no shoes, no shirt, no service. No shoes, no shirt, no service. Now should be no pants, no bra, no service. It should really be that now, because you bitches have gone so fucking far off the motherfucking deep end and want to be fake sexy everywhere the fuck you go, in your rainbow and in your fucking H&M and in your motherfucking city
American Apparel
and in your American Apparel and your motherfucking Top Shop Hey, what's the your fucking Fashion Nova? That's really the motherfucking culprit. Fashion
And
fucking Nova
Shein.
and these hoes is the real motherfucking culprit because they be selling you these fast ass, cheap ass fashions for you to go outside and be half ass naked and cheap. Okay, it's not. We don't want you to be sexy. We understand that, but sexy does not always equal nudity.
True.
That was because like just to throw somebody under the bus. That was my main problem. Is my main problem with Chloe Bailey. You have a different kind of sexiness, mama. You don't. I know you're young, but you don't have a ratchet sexiness. You are actually devaluing your sensuality by cheapening your sexiness. You could have been Jessica Rabbit all motherfucking day long. Jessica Rabbit just had on the dress and the fucking size tooth bang, and that was okay. It don't take you being butt ass naked to be sexy. You don't have to disrespect people and events and spaces with your naked ass body.
Back to what was we talking about? Hold on. Oh, Tyler Perry and TSA and Elon Musk. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that the government is this fucked up right now. I don't understand why we can't, especially millionaires. I mean, I do understand like the problem it will create if some people get paid, some people, take gifts, some people don't. But we have to do something. Like, these people are not able to eat. They're losing their homes. They're just the basic necessities are being compromised right now. So there needs to be something done. And if people want to help, maybe that's what they should do. All the TSA people should set up a GoFundMe, okay? And then that way people can just donate whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And like maybe you need to put up your TSA number or something so we can verify. So niggas ain't just out here stealing.
I was gonna say, put your fucking QR code on the back of your motherfucking badge, and just be like, in case anybody be like, hey man, keep that, brother. Just
exactly.
Hit me up. Thank you. Because I obviously know you work there. We're here. I can keep you in real motherfucking
exactly. Exactly.
High key, I'm with you, friend. There should be because honestly, Tyler Perry is, important enough and has enough clout to where him and at least 10 of his very rich mogul friends could just make a fund themselves.
Yeah.
Just make a fund yourself, contact one of these people's attorneys, verify yourself, and get you some money. Mm-hmm. Like, there should be like a monthly stipend of like $1,500 they give you every month. I know that still ain't shit.
Right.
This fucked up economy, but $1,500 a month compared to $0 a month, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. And then, if you are so inclined, you and Craft Services can really set up some fucking food trucks for these niggas and just be outside of the at the fucking airport and let these motherfuckers eat for free off these trucks. These are the trucks that y'all paid for. So it doesn't matter what anybody wants. We gonna foot the bill at the end of every fucking week.
Yep.
So y'all can fucking eat. But again, America is full of shit. This is a capitalist nation, and they love to eat their workers. They love to shoot themselves in the foot while puffing up their chest about being the greatest fucking nation in the world.
Not my friend said, how long before we see TSA people on OF? Dead ass niggas just taking off their little.
Hey y'all, some of them probably
posting their feet.
They already started.
Hi, Belle. It's good to see you.
They probably already started them because here's the other thing too. We know that there's some tight outfits at TSA. There's some girls at the TSA that probably already figured it out. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, do something, y'all. Get some sort of OF. Get some sort of GoFundMe. Do something because we need you guys. Okay, especially my sisters and brothers out there going out there for spring break and things. Okay, get us back home safe.
They said it's taking 3 hours to get through TSA.
Oh,
Like
I'm glad we didn't have to deal with that.
I was talking to one of my customers who had like who has the TSA pre-check so you can get through the line fast. He said, I've never waited more than 30 minutes. Just to I forgot where he was coming from. He said, but I was in that line for 3 hours. And that's with the fucking fast pass, y'all. So if you ain't got no fast pass, you probably looking at 5 to 6 hours of being in that fucking line, bro. But that's why you need to support your local Amtrak rail. Okay.
We love the train around here.
Okay, if you are in a position, I know the Greyhound is not the best bitch, but like if you're in a position to take a train or something, do that. Cause I will be taking my train to go to Detroit. I'm not finna get on no motherfucking airplane, bro. I'm not finna do it.
Bill, we went to the Bahamas. We just got back from the Bahamas. And you know what's crazy is the day before we came home, there was a illegitimate bomb threat at our airport. So again, just super grateful that we didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like we're so blessed. So yeah, you guys, good shout out. Good luck, you guys. Good luck to Usher also with this conversation that he had with, I don't know who that was, but a lot of people are irritated about it. I understand what he was trying to say. It's more some La Russell shit. I feel where your message is just getting caught up in your delivery. Do I? This is just so exhausting. It's just exhausting because it's like I'm not in there trying to defend Usher, nor am I trying to defend Diddy. I think the only thing that I'm trying to defend is just understanding when you have an experience with somebody and it's not necessarily this narrative that you are hearing, in other places. It doesn't mean that you get to negate and act like what happened didn't happen. But I do understand, you've kind of feeling in between and torn. I just feel like you wouldn't have said it. I just feel like you shouldn't have said nothing at all.
Silence.
I just wish you didn't say nothing at all.
I wish so many of you niggas this week would have just shut the fuck up.
Dad.
Whatever happened to next question? Whatever happened to no comment? Whatever happened to just, plausible deniability, bro? It's just like you have to read the room and understand the climate of what the fuck is going on, bro. Unless you just don't give a fuck. If you're not gonna give a fuck, I would just prefer you stand.
You say that, yeah.
Instead of trying to fucking package some shit up in an eloquent, heartfelt bow. Like this situation does not deserve that. But like you said, particularly when it comes to Usher, because Usher has known this man since he was
a child. And it's just not fair to ask him to be hateful or just whatever. But again, it's like you just should have just shut the fuck up.
You should have made it about the victims, bro. If anything, you should have just been like, I know, I have a lot of still respect for this man. He helped me in my career. He said, but I just hate that. He basically could have took the J. Cole route. Like, I hate that this is happening to him. But more so, I'm still, my heart goes out to the victims of the things that he's done. I know he's an imperfect man, but I still have a spot in my heart for him as because he was my mentor. Like that really could have been the fuck.
Wrap it the fuck up. Yeah.
Like J. Cole, because I got tapped this thing on the head too. He did the same shit in his Cameron interview because they were talking about the fight that him and Diddy had all those years ago at the club. And he said, when he was doing his podcast thing, when he was still on the beach and riding his bike, he was doing this podcast shit with, I think Eve, with the other guy, his producer Eve, right? Mm-hmm. And they had a whole episode ready to drop about, the fight and everything. But because the trial had started going on, they decided not to drop it. And this nigga said, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to kick a man while he was down. That's not what's happening. We literally saw him kick a woman while she was down. What are we talking about? Like, This is not hearsay. This is not conjecture. This is not alleged. Like this shit, the nigga literally went through the whole shit. It still ain't out because of the previous shit that he did. You feel me? So it's like you could have just fucking said nothing.
Just
You could have just said the fuck
Just
nothing.
shh.
And honestly, you still could have put the shit out. Like you putting out a story about something that we already know what the fuck happened because it falls in line with the
Oh, we
shit
don't
that he
know
was
what
being accused of. You
Right.
could have still just put it out and then could have did your J. Cole 5 day later apology like you like to do.
Okay.
And be like, I was just trying to tell a story, I wasn't trying to add to, kicking my man while
Kiki,
he was
shut
down.
up.
It's just like this is shout out to this chick called named El Janelle. She be on Culture United on Wednesdays. I love her. She said, Is it just so wrong to think that J. Cole is actually not smart?
Okay.
Is it
Yes, it
like
is. Calm down.
no, because there's book smart and there's street smart. There's street sense and then there's common sense.
I'm waving the
And
white
two
flag.
of them things is like it would prevent you from saying the shit that you're saying. It just would. Self-awareness goes a long fucking way.
I
Real
also
accountability goes a long fucking way, bro.
I also feel like it's harder for people of intelligence to fully communicate their point. I do feel like that. I do feel like some people who are intelligent, not saying that makes them like the smartest people in the world. I'm just saying that I do feel like people who are super intelligent about certain things, it's hard to communicate because trying to be relatable, rather communicate in a way that people can relate. It's not that you're not saying things and that you're not communicating. It's just more so people to understand where you're coming from. It's hard.
No, it's like, no, we can understand where you're coming from, but when you keep doubling down on it and acting like motherfuckers are not challenging you with some real shit, that is the problem. Because that's why I said I don't negate anything that J. Cole said. I believe him. I believe him wholeheartedly that them things happen and he let that shit affect his decision. I don't disagree with the nigga. I don't think he's wrong and what he said. I just what he said or how he's explaining his part in it. But when you get to explaining your role and your part in something, people are going to see the holes in some shit. And you're not always able to just eloquently weave your way in and out of shit. And this is why I disagree with what you're saying, because a person of intelligence knows how to break shit down so a motherfucker can understand. Because they already know I'm probably going to start speaking over your head. So let me put this in a way that makes sense for you. A person I like that does that is the Black astronomy dude. I forget his name or whatever. Because this reminds me of the conversation that he had with what's that nigga's name? The light skinned nigga I'm talking about, man. Terrence Howard. Right? To the average person who does not know anything about astronomy, astrophysics, math, and shit like that, the internet was letting Terrence Howard run with the shit that he was saying because it sounded smart. It sounded intelligent. Until a real intelligent motherfucker shows up and says, no. And he was able to eloquently and simply break down why this nigga was wrong. Meanwhile, people can take a person who says a lot of big words and sounds, because they teach that shit to you working in the motherfucking call center. They teach you to say shit with your chest, whether it's real or not, whether it's the truth or not, because those who sound convincing seem smart until you get around motherfuckers who are actually smart. That's why I said so much about Jay-Z, because that nigga is smart. And you are smart enough to know that you should have worked that shit out before you came out here and said it. And now I don't say him because he hasn't said anything, but now your Avengers are trying to treat us like fucking LaRussell was treating niggas. Like, no, we know what the fuck we heard. And if you did not have that fleshed out to where you could explain it to where a fucking 2-year-old could understand, then you need to keep it, or otherwise you're going to be challenged on the thing. So that's why I don't agree, because a person of actual intelligence knows how to break through, or at least will go away and think of a way to make it make sense. Last thing I'm gonna say, little anecdotal thing. I used to have a job that was very hard for me to explain to people when I was working out being a pharmacy technician. It was very hard because it was hard for me to understand my job. But once I understood my job, I was able to go away and think of, okay, this is how I can explain to people what it is that I do. Instead of me giving you some long ass abstract around the world type of way to get to my fucking point. I just got to the point. I saw what it was. I broke it down. I made it make sense to motherfuckers who don't do this.
Yeah, and I don't think that that takes away from your intelligence. I think it more so just speaks to your experience and being able to explain it to people who have yet to experience what you've experienced. And so that's all I'm saying. I think that that has a lot to do with the situation. Niggas just they are so far removed from the experience that they're not able to relate. But we saying the same thing. We saying the same thing. Usher, you just should have just stayed quiet, in my opinion. I don't know why you came outside for this. I don't know if there's like an album.
Was he asked about Diddy?
I think so. Again, it was on this interview. I haven't watched it. I'm really bad at this. I need to be better. I just saw that he was sitting down talking to someone, and I was like, where is this coming from? Why are we talking about this? What, how did the, what I mean? Like, I don't like you mentioned something earlier about there being some sort of Diddy apology tour. I don't know, what is. Okay.
Them too. But there was a third person, and I can't think of who it was. It was a third person. That's why I called it the tour.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying more people.
These two niggas specifically
Okay.
about this. About Usher, I would give more Usher a little bit more bail in this situation.
Right.
Because again, he's your mentor. You grew up with this nigga. Like, it's like you talking shit about your dad on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody ain't with that shit, but nigga, that was an anecdotal story that happened 10 plus years ago. We already know about it. You weren't saving face for fucking Diddy by not putting that shit out. You weren't, no, I don't want to kick a man when he's down. Nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Like, you could just, you was already in a hole, nigga. You might as well just kept on digging that fucking hole, nigga. You might as well just put the fucking Diddy story out. Like, you're already negative, nigga. Like, what the fuck? We gonna get on your ass some more about the Diddy story. The fuck, and it's a story where you're the victor, nigga. Like, if anything, that was helpful for you. But anyway, chat.
Well, in better news, Cardi B brought out Lil Kim in New York. I'm just so happy. I got to see Cardi B in Arizona. That was a fun time. She didn't bring nobody out though. That
Ain't nobody
irritated
from
me.
Arizona.
I know, but still, it's like, damn. Seeing all these clips and things where she didn't brought out Meg, and now she didn't brought out Kim, and she didn't brought out Kehlani. Yeah, she brought out a lot of bitches. So it's like, that's dope. Shout out, good for them that they got to see that. Yeah, just Cardi's show, it's really good. Like, honestly, she's paying attention. She got the props, she got the dancers, she's doing all the songs. You know what I'm saying? You could tell she is a tired mama of four, but she is out there hustling, okay? Like, making little funny.
And Cowboy Carter. The mama was she was there as a fan.
Yes.
But she was also there to take fucking notes.
Yes.
It's very
yes.
apparent. Like,
yes.
even down to the fucking the video montage.
Yes.
They'd be like, oh, this bitch was
Skipping
like,
Beyonce.
she even got her own little mute challenge. Okay.
Yes, she does.
So, I
want to say this, and I dare someone to challenge me. Cardi B fans are fucking terrible. Y'all are fucking terrible.
You froze. Cardi B fans are what?
Are fucking terrible.
Why?
They're fucking terrible. Like, seriously, I felt so badly for her, bitch. I'm screaming, okay? I'm in the back. Somebody better go, cause she out looking fine. Better talking shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the back fucking, I'm doing old school shit, bitch. Fucking looking like I caught a lick.
Right.
Talking about one on been that bitch. Woo, woo, like I'm doing all that. Bitch, I'm looking down at the people in the front and they just like this. I mean, she right in their motherfucking face. She right in their motherfucking face. They just, I'm like, bitch, you can't do a woo. Like she's, asking, let me hear you. Because like, bitch, why are y'all just staring at this lady? Like, I don't think that she doesn't have fans. We 100% her fans. But she has these young motherfuckers that do not know how to fan the fuck out. And it's just sad. It's fucking sad. And even watching Lil' Kim come out there, they were just like, I'm like, bitch, this is Lil' Kim. What the fuck?
It's the moment. Put the fucking phone down. Like
At the very least, scream. Bitch, fuck that shit. I'm not even telling you to put your fucking phone down. At least scream.
The clip that I saw, they was screaming.
I ain't see shit.
Because they were screaming when she was coming up, but then when she took her hood off, it went up a few more decibels. Like, you know what I'm saying? The thing I saw, they was screaming. But I completely agree, though. But it's because we are in this social media age, and everybody is just trying to get, a clip or a shot or something like that. And so they're not engaging with the, because there was a clip, I want to say it was either doing Renaissance or Cowboy Carter, where Beyonce basically like wasn't that person, baby, I'm right here in front of you. Put the phone down. Like it's to that point, but it's just unfortunately the social media then got the Z's and the Zennials and the out that just got them all off kilter. They just like, I'm and to be fair, to try to I guess look at it from their perspective, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
You ask them, they have to, it's like
Yeah.
the kid don't say nothing, and then you get in the car like, how was it? Oh my God, it was something. They're like fucking verbally diarrhea. How much fun they was having, but in the moment, it's just like they're just not connected in the like how we would be. Like you said, like they're not fanning in the same way we are. They're having the time of their life getting it on recording because they have an advantage that we didn't have. You now get to go back home and review it and get to relive it, whereas niggas just had to have memories and maybe some photos. You know what I'm saying? So I will throw the children that, you know what I'm saying? They're making sure they get the best angle and picture quality so then they can go home and watch that shit over and over and over and over and over and upload it and get posts and likes and all that type of stuff, because that's how they fan out now. According to Jay-Z, they're all fanning out on the internet now. They're all standing on the internet now. They're all making their shout out to the
fair
TikTok
enough
editors. Shout out to all my TikTok editors. You niggas are the goats, because when I tell you I don't fuck with TikTok simply because a bitch is not an editor, like that is truly where people who have like those hidden production skills, that's truly where you niggas be shining, because there was a young man that made an edit of Sinners using using Baby Kim and Kendrick Lamar, not Range Brothers. Yeah, I guess Range Brothers, right? And had the fucking gunshots coordinated with the beats and all the shit, and somehow it got to Ryan Coogler and his people, and they're in there, they're just watching it, and Ryan Coogler is like in awe. He's amazed at the fucking edit. So and that's another thing. These kids are doing all this shit to go make them fucking fan edits. You know what I'm saying? Because that is their love now. That is how they show their love now. That's how they show their appreciation. I'm about to, make this fire ass fan edit. That's how we ended up getting the Cuff It Wetter remix. True. Because of fucking fans. Somebody went out there and put them fucking songs together, and Beyonce's like, you know what? That actually is not bad. Yeah. And now this young man got a fucking career. So it's because of the wall that is broken down that me and you had growing up with our celebrities, they don't have that wall no more. There's a much easier access to them, which would possibly fuel the delusion of, I might work with this person one day. I might find this person one day. I might do the right thing, come across. I'm at Parkwood. You know what I'm saying? So just to throw the babies some bail, or the youngins, I should say, young babies. But so the young,
Right, the
anybody
young
28
kids.
and under,
Right.
I'm gonna try to throw you some bail for that shit because
It's
you
fair enough.
already been time. This is how you show up. But don't forget to fucking yell at the concert.
Please,
Don't
please.
forget to repeat
That, cause that's really all the fuck I'm asking, bitch. I'm not asking for y'all to run up on stage and be up in the sky with Michael Jackson. Like, I'm not asking for that. I am just simply asking, bitch, that you at least holler while that bitch is in front of you. That's it.
Yeah. And it's not as bad because I see other artists going through it and not going through it.
For sure. But I feel like Cardi shouldn't be one of those. Like, Cardi is big enough where she, you know what I mean?
I mean, and the stripper and the stripper carousel and the ass.
The ass clapping.
Yeah,
The bitch is doing everything. Yes.
Like,
She's
you
doing
know,
everything.
be jumping up and joy.
You know what I'm
whole thing is,
saying?
like, I love all the clips I've seen except for her ass. Except for her ass and except for the twerking. Those things are just she's at Nicki Minaj stage now with that where it's just so cringy and it's just not sexy and it's over. It's not done well. Because let's be clear, even though Mama was a stripper, she was never a dancer.
She looks
okay,
so
she knows
good.
how to whine. That's what she do. She do this.
I feel like before she had all that ass, she knew how to dance. Like, I feel like when you get a little bit more ass that's uncontrollable, it looks crazy. So you have to, like, yeah, you gotta only whine
Because
now.
you're putting it all on your ass, though. You're not even trying to be sexy with your other shit. You just focused on look at my ass, look at my ass. Okay, that's cool, but like, now I did see
Niggas really don't
she
care.
was doing, some wild ass spinning or whatever. Yeah, there we go. Do more of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them two beach balls attached to them fucking toothpicks no more. I don't want to see that shit no more. And then these straps that she's been wearing under her ass makes it look even worse. I hate that detail of her outfits. I just really just would rather you just wear like sheer stockings or pantyhose or whatever, like just like see-through shit, but you just with your whole ass out and it just doesn't look good. I'm over that shit. I wonder.
Well, hopefully for the Met Gala, she will be looking pristine. We know for sure one person won't be making it to the event. You know, I think there is one person that will not be making the list to be invited or entering into the gala, and that would be Nicki Minaj.
Hold on, wait a minute. You seen Megan on stage with Cardi and and a YN female? First of all, you need your ass beat for that kind of description. For a YN female, they put on stage, started twerking, and Megan stopped her and realized that this is a 12-year-old about to
Good for them.
see.
Good for them. Yeah.
That's all we be asking. To have some motherfucking sense.
Just a little
Not
bit.
to bring a 17-year-old girl on stage and talk about how fine and thick she is.
Right. Try to stick your finger up her ass.
And that might be illegal. And oh my God, how are you so fine at 17?
My. Get off the stage.
Mm.
But yes, I don't think Nicki Minaj will be making the Met Gala. Don't think she's invited. I don't think they want her there.
My thing is, like, when people do this grifting shit, when they say, I'm going MAGA and all this shit, I don't really think they think about the long-term ramifications of such a choice. They're very much in the moment of this shit, and they're not understanding that I'm on the wrong, not even just on the wrong side of history, but I'm on the wrong side of the social circle that I need to be in order to continue my career. You know, most of these motherfuckers in the industry are very liberal, extremely liberal, very left-leaning. So you know that getting invited to the Grammys and to the Oscars, and even though those are extremely white and crusty themselves, they have, at least within the past 5 years, I'm gonna give them, within the past 5 years, they have made some very strong efforts to not be as shitty as they used to be. And you could be reaping the benefits of said thing, but you decided to say, no, I'm gonna go full MAGA. because I don't give a fuck about the rest
Just
of
deep
my
throating Donald Trump dick.
It
Ugh.
ain't even much there from what I hear. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or whatever the fuck.
Which
So
probably is best. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you deep throat that motherfucker, it's easier. But it's like, do you really want that? Do you really want that? No. You want it to be hard. Like, you want it to be difficult.
it be hard. It's just small. It be hard.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling myself I was in that position before. And like, let me tell you something. Doing just like the least, right? But it was the most to him because it wasn't a lot going on. And I mean, he was very appreciative, but it's just like I feel
I'm
like
sure.
it don't even hit you. It's like
See,
and it's like
no, you need that.
I really let me tell you something for all you red pill niggas out there. Like when a woman really likes you,
You don't got to.
when a woman really likes you, we will make do, my nigga. Because he was excellent in other places, because he had to be. But, you know, he was still very attentive, blah, 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 blah. So I was, at the time, I was proud to that little thing. I was like, you know what? I fuck
That's
with you.
my thing.
That's my little thing. You know what I'm saying? But in hindsight, you're like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Well,
So let that be a lesson. We not all
Nikki?
looking for 6 foot, 6-pack, like sometimes
Nikki.
you ain't got it. Sometimes you ain't got it, and you might have just enough of that, or maybe something else. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
tell us so.
Well, she will be, hopefully, we will see Nikki, I'm sorry, Cardi in a very nice
Oh yeah, 'cause
costume.
Cardi, I'm never worried about her stepping out on a red carpet.
Oh, yeah, no,
I'm
she's
never
going
worried
to
about
eat.
that.
She's
She's
going
gonna
to
eat
eat.
every time. It's just you constantly with your ass out on this tour. It's just
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
it's not.
That's
It's
not.
not. It's
I
not.
was trying
flattering.
to move
It's
you
not
away from the
flattering.
ass. I was
Yeah,
trying to move you away from
that
the
was my whole
ass.
point. That was my whole point. Like she's gonna kill that. She normally kills
Yes.
photo shoot, all that shit. It's just that mamas, please put them beach balls away. That's all I'm asking.
Hey, Versus is on. Well, it was on. I don't know if it's still on, but I know that after I get off of here, I'm about to watch the rest of that. That was so fun already with Tank and Tyrese. I already knew Tank was going to eat up. I know that he is really the underdog. A lot of people feel like Tyrese. A lot of people like Tyrese is going to just eat him up. Sir, ma'am, I must get you together. Tank is very much prepared for this here versus battle. So I'm excited. I'm already just, you know what I mean, got my little one. I'm like, can I stop by to see you? Like, girl, what? Take me back.
Oh, ooh, oh, whoa, ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
And then he already did slowly. I lost it when he did slowly. I was like,
Yeah. It was nice when Tyrese brought out Chingy. That was a good
yes.
time.
I was like, okay, we start off with a bang. It's 2006 back in this motherfucker.
Yes. 2006.
Yes.
Okay, so what? You were, what, 15, 16, 17?
Let's see. I was born 86, 96. I was 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 20 in
In 2006. Okay, yeah. So I was like 16-ish. 15-ish. Yeah. So it was a good time, man. This is like, but that's what I'm saying. We were old enough to know what the fuck was going on. Like this was like our time. This was like, nigga, like what, like boys calling you and you just like on the phone for hours and shit and just.
I will say, because I've always said that Chris Brown hate only exists on the internet.
Yeah, nobody hates Chris
I
Brown.
hope that he brings out Chris Brown.
Bitch, that's what I said, but I know Chris is not pulling up. That's what's really sad. Like, Chris is not pulling up. He should, but he's not. Girl, Chris is like, he's really like, you will pay me. Chris is like, bitch, I will do verses if you let me do myself. Like, Chris is such an asshole. But I love it because it's like, yeah, nigga, no. Like, honestly, the fact that, what is that? No, it's not No Guidance. No. It's the one. Fucking rubber tussin'. That one. That song is old as fuck. But niggas act like that song came out last year. Like, bro, like, he's probably the only nigga that could just do verses
I mean, 'cause
himself.
selfishly, I just want them to do Shots Fired because I love that fucking song that they got. Almost, it's one of them ones that kind of like went under the radar, but that was one of the ones I liked. And then also Compliments. I want to hear that song. He's probably not gonna do it because that's like one of 10,000 songs, man. But if he did Compliments, I'm the most beautiful girl in the world. Oh my god, like that song makes you believe you're the baddest bitch walking. That's definitely one of those like solo pole songs, like the main girl at the club. She gets the pole time. You put that motherfucker on. She walking out 6 stacks.
Yeah.
Stacks. Easily. It's a bad bitch song.
Yeah.
So much like you, I also agree. Stop fucking with my boy Tank because once he start going to that songwriter bag,
Okay.
it's over for you, host. He literally
It's
could
over.
do unpredictable. He could do Jamie Foxx's whole motherfucking album up there, and it'd be over. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Let's be real about this shit. Blame it on the Let me tell you something. He could have easily go up there and just do other nigga shit that he wrote, just like Neo. He could have won the fucking verses just doing shit that he wrote. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like because it was him against the Dream, wasn't it? Neo.
Let me look.
I think he went against the Dream, and that was a very even matchup. If I'm correct. That one, I was like, kind of like, I went with the Dream simply because I don't like Neo's solo work.
Who the fuck is
yeah.
Jonta Austin?
Oh, Jonte Austin. Okay. So
Okay.
he has wrote a bunch of songs. I believe he is responsible for "We Belong Together" by Mariah Carey. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So he wrote a bunch of shit. Anyway, but yeah, no, baby, Tank, and also.
Tank is that
See, I
guy.
think the problem is we know Tyrese more commercially,
Right.
TV and movies.
Right.
But if you really talk about the
Music, bitch.
He don't
Tank
got a
got
lot.
that shit locked
Tyrese
up.
don't got a lot of it. You know, so he got the sweet ladies and the ladies.
Sweet lady.
He got that. He just, like I like Shane. A lot of people didn't like Shane. I actually like Shane. You know what I'm saying? But
And
like,
Zodiac. Are you
Yeah.
my Zodiac free?
but by the end of the day, it's like he ain't got enough songs.
That's true.
He
That's a
doesn't
fact.
have enough mainstream.
And he knows that. That's why I love they went up in there as friends. Like they are truly going up in there roasting each other as friends. Like, nigga, you ain't got no motherfucker song. Your ass got that stupid ass jacket on. Like it's just funny.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm a fan of the back and forth. He said, "Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing off of Black Tie. What, you ain't like that album? Like, why you bringing up this man's fake ass rap career? Don't do that.
Long as he don't get up there and be like, my Shayla. Like long as he don't get up there doing that, it'll be all right.
Doing what? Yo, thing cut out.
We said, my Shayla. You know, he's like, what more do you want from me?
Shout out to my coworker whose name is Shayla, and that's how I greet her every day. My Shayla.
I would be so mad at you, bitch. I'd be like, if you want me to be out here, Kiki, how you doing? Are you riding?
Yeah, somebody else got to get it, okay?
Right.
I was so happy when Tatiana came out with it then, so niggas could leave me the fuck alone, bro. That whole Kiki was get on my fucking nerves. But as soon as bust out Tatiana, I was like, thank ya. Any girl in Iana, it's your motherfucking time, bitch. Leave.
Yeah.
Even if your name don't end in Iana, we could just make your name.
Like, my time is over.
Bust down Cardiana. Exactly. Yeah. Get the fuck on. Like, everybody get them.
Oh my God. Well, this was fun, man. This was fun. Like I said, I like the ones that we do 2 hours because it's like at the end of the day, we really can get our shit off and talk about all the things. And I really appreciate everybody that came through to watch today and commented. We see y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Especially subscribe. Shout out to the people who have been following us on Facebook. We are almost halfway to the fucking go. Look at
Yeah.
God. Look at God. Okay. So I'm super grateful for that. Make sure you guys order some wine. Some links are connected to the episodes so you can start joining the wine clubs. You can, the Patreon link will be, that's next week. We are definitely getting it out next week so that you guys can join the Patreon and support in other ways other than, just coming here watching us like you love to do. So with that being said, yes, we love you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
I'm Kiki the Countess, the Cabernet.
And
you
this was
have
just a
watched
sip.
Hope you like that little taste. We'll see you soon.